Welcome to Performance Auto House. Today we're going to be doing something fun. It's a fluid damper for the FA24. Something I've been wanting to do for a while. It gives you around 4% increase in horsepower. No, it doesn't give you more power. It frees up the power that you are otherwise losing due to your lightweight crank pulley or the factory harmonic balancer because it's not good enough. And fluid damper has a far better solution. Here's your part number 571101. By the way, I believe it's the same damper off the FA20. You just need the adapter, so just double check the part number. It should work for you. But the way a fluid damper works is, you guessed it, it's filled with a very thick fluid behind this ring right here. It's laser welded. That fluid allows to when your engine's rocking back and forth with your crankshaft, it helps reduce the crazy vibrations, smoothing everything out and unlocking roughly 4% more power. No, it does not give you 4% of horsepower, but it takes basically gives back the 4% that you're losing. So if you have around 1,000 horsepower on whatever you're running, it should give you right around 40 horsepower back. Now, as far as the assembly of this, the adapter with the gasket is going to go right there. You want to make sure the dowel is keyed, and same thing for the adapter here. It's going to key onto your crank. I'm going to show you all of that in detail as we're installing. As far as that, we have the installation instructions here. Obviously, the torque sequence is going to be in 2 stages. You're going to have 33 foot-pounds and then 94 foot-pounds for the second stage. So before we can get to that, obviously the intake has to come out. I have the GR intake installed on my personal vehicle. Depending on what you have, your removal instructions will be slightly different. But nonetheless, here it is. Obviously, the connector's got to come off, all of the harness gets to get unclipped, and you're going to undo 2 bolts. If you have the factory intake system, you're going to have 3 bolts. And once you get all of that, you should be able to just take this intake system itself, push it towards the center of the vehicle, unclip it from the front end, and you should be able to just pull it right out. Now, obviously, to take the belt off, the easiest thing to do is to remove these 2 covers that go around the alternator and air conditioner pulleys themselves. Slide the belt right off, and you're almost halfway there. It's super simple to install this harmonic balancer. Part number of the belt, just in case you needed one, it's right there for you. So I got the cheapest tool to do this. I'm going to show you how to get this done for basically $20 a tool. Obviously, that is simply going to hold it in place so you can get to the bolt. Now you want to put an extension on there, and this is where the fun begins. I have somebody holding it with an extension, and I have a very long breaker bar to get this bolt off. As you can see here, it takes a tremendous amount of force to remove that bolt. You're gonna have to do it in a couple stages, but you'll see here it's still tight, and right around there it gives way. And at this point, you can see it just comes off with my fingers. So we're gonna take this breaker bar, take the tool out of there, and you should be able to undo the bolt by finger. You don't need any tools, and it's very, very important you do not try to remove the crank bolt using an impact. Do not do it, you could do damage. Once that's off, the harmonic balancer should just come right off just like that. No force required. Very simple, very smooth. Now obviously, if you found a junkyard engine that's got some rust, you might have some problems. But just wipe off the excess oil. You're going to need a little bit of anti-seize on the bolt head here where it's going to contact the damper and inside the bore of the damper itself. And when you're going to be installing the adapter, you want to make sure that the gasket is on there. So if you install it backwards, the adapter will not go in right there. You can see it's seating all the way. That is how you know you're keyed to the crankshaft properly. Install that rubber gasket and then make sure the dowel pin is going to match on the adapter itself. And when it does, you'll be able to push it in gently, and right there I'm trying to rock it, and as you can see, it's not moving at all. At this point, get some oil, some clean engine oil onto your bolt, and use the new bolt. Never ever reuse an old bolt, and I'll show you during the torque sequence why. Because this bolt stretches to give proper clamping force. Never reuse an old bolt. 22 mil socket, and most people are going to try to torque it like this, and they're not going to be able to. I'm showing you this so you understand that the friction from the belt is not enough to hold it. So just get 2 bolts, thread them in, back them out just a little bit. Use just basically any tool that you can, and you can torque it to 33 foot-pounds. You need to draw a line, very important. You draw that line before you torque it to 94 foot-pounds. And you're going to keep going here until you get all the way to 94, and as you can see, those 2 bolts hold it just fine. Torque it, remove everything, undo those bolts, and I'm going to show you what you need to do. So I'm going to back this just a little bit, turning the entire crank. So put the line at the top so I can show you. So that line and that line, they need to be at least 45 degrees apart. So I drew basically I cut out some cardboard at 90 degrees, and as you can see here, that is where it's at. So 45 is right there, and my mark is further. That means it tightened past the 45 degree mark. Here's another angle for you to see. That's an easy way to check. It's clearly past 45, so we're good. At this point, we're going to be putting all of our covers back on. You got the 2 bolts. And on all of my bolts, anytime I touch a car, by the way, if you have me working on your car, I put anti-seize on every single bolt, and I paint mark everything to make sure that it's all done, it's been torqued. And reinstalling the intake system itself, again, finger tight with all the bolts and torque everything down to 7 foot-pounds. All these M6 bolts, they all go to 7 foot-pounds. Put the harness back on, put the breather back on, the clamp, all of it, and then don't forget to tighten the band clamp that goes on the accordion there. So one thing's very important, you want to take a good look at your damper, spot it, start your engine, and see if it's wobbling. And mine isn't, so we installed it correctly. Now last but not least is this little card with the SFI certification. I thought it was a sticker that I'd put under the hood, but apparently it's just a card that you keep. So yeah, there's that. You have a card that you kind of need because some races it's required to show the card that the damper meets the spec. But other than that, we're all done. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like it, subscribe. We have a lot more coming in the near future. Have a nice day.